So this one's going to go unscripted today. I thought about multiple reasons to use it, or to do this, or how to do this, what's this month's going to be. And honestly, I fell short on many of them. I thought about gatekeeping, which I think I touched earlier. Sorry about the cough. But, you know, I don't know if that's the topic I want today. I thought about um, resolutions with the new year, or goals, or accomplishments, and all the stereotypical New Year conversation. But in the end, I think none of them touched quite what I want to discuss this week, or this month. And then I thought about indecisiveness. That just doesn't seem like the right answer, as well as unpreparedness, which is a common problem for me, one that's plaguing me right now. Or energy and spoons and all this stuff. As well as identity is always something I bring up, in a personal headspace when I think of topics. None of these seemed right. And I think that's the topic for today. Why does everything have to feel right? We try and strive as much as we can to get everything feeling right for us. Everything in that place where that just feels like, yes, that's the one. That sometimes the flawed topics or the flawed ideas don't get through, which may actually be the beautiful, wonderful idea they are. So, I guess today, I want to talk about the flawed topics. The idea that maybe it being perfect isn't really the goal. I used to point out a lot when I was a kid. When I say kid, I'm talking about teenage years. That diamonds, like they buy, when they cut them, they actually cut small scratches in them to reflect light, because otherwise a diamond's just going to have a clear look to it. When you see the rainbow coloring inside the diamond, that's actually a diffraction of light caused by the scratches. That's, that's a planned flaw to catch the eye more. But it still proves the point that perfection of beauty doesn't lead to beauty. Perfection leads to assumption. And that's the thing, the assumption of perfection is just the covering of flaws, very beautifully. That sounds a little rambling, a little circular, but follow me with this. We sit here and we stress and we strive to what is the perfect idea. We get this image of this perfect idea in our head. We're like, I want that. But then when we put it on paper, when we sit down and we finally try to figure that out, and if we take a step back, we realize maybe the idea wasn't so perfect. Recently, the channel had something like this with the fantasy pillar. I had planned and recorded a whole thing about a year talk about wizards, and specifically wizarding schools as a topic. It was an idea that just perpetuated in my mind. I thought it was so perfect, and then I applied it. Like, I recorded it. As I was recording it, it hit me that maybe the topic didn't have the meat I thought it did. I mean, the idea of Scalamondi, the idea of, showing schools from other medias just didn't hit. What did hit for me, though, was Take 3. I think Take 3 is the perfect approach for me to the idea of what, pardon me, my brain just shut down. The idea of what I wanted the fantasy pillar to be is talking on a subject, specifically character fantasy and player identity, that I don't think we talk about enough. We use these words, we throw these words around, but we don't actually talk about what these words mean. And then that's the big thing. We don't say, hey, this is, you know, the subject that we need to define. We are more like, oh, hey, you know, we're building this design in this game for this. Well, what does this mean? You know, it's a flawed concept, but it's a perfect concept in its flaws. Um, and I cover more of what those are in the Take 3 videos. They touch the subject lightly as I talk about like me and gaming, like my gaming experience. But I think if you want to check it out, I like the videos. But back on subject. This concept of the perfect idea, doing things that just feel right. I think that's a self-toxic approach. Not allowing for that flaw or that dream to deviate slightly, or that plan. We're not allowing for some of the most beautiful things we can open ourselves up to. The idea of planning and all that stuff, like, I'll be honest, I have topics I want to talk about that when I look at is how am I going to get 10 videos this year out for this? And I'm asking myself, why am I saying 10 videos for this? I mean, I have an ultimate goal with this, but why does it have to be 10 videos? Why does it have to be a video 10 months out of the year for this? Then I have ones where I'm like scrambling because I'm not finished with, but I want those 10 videos. And as you can see on the channel so far, I'm not doing much editing yet. I'm still dealing with a lot of growing into the channel. But I want more, the videos to be more of a conversation with you guys, more of this is what I want to bring to you. I guess, in the end, we can almost say that this is a resolution of mine, is, yes, by November 14th, I want the channel to be where I want it. But not at the sacrifice of good ideas. I don't want my perfect idea to kill the good idea. I don't want the idea of, oh, let me make this edited video like everyone else does. This expectation people have for what a YouTube video is, to ruin the fact that I want my videos to be more of a conversation with you. And things will become more refined as they go. As I get into the groove, as I figure things out. So in the end, I guess that's my resolution. It's not strive with what seems like the perfect idea or that epitome of what I want. And strive for the ideas that I think will work. Will work. Sorry, weird English there. Ideas that will work. Less for, oh, let's try to do the wizard videos. More of, let's try to do take 3. Like the split pillar. How am I going to make that work perfectly? I have this great idea. And I will do it, but let's try to make it so the conversation is open. The first topic on that will be meta horror. Meta horror, sorry. My speech impediment makes it sometimes hard for me to enunciate certain words. I think that's a perfect topic to be a conversation. I think this idea I want with this channel is, yes, I want to entertain you all, and I want to talk about topics, but I also want to bring in conversation. And maybe my dream for the channel isn't where the channel should be, but the perfect image for the channel will be what it becomes. This is going to be a shorter one today than last time, but as always, I love you all.